Right, first things first, let's get this out of the way. Yep, there we go. Right, to begin this tier list, firstly, I need to get properly dressed. Right, this is how we're gonna do this. I can't actually like click the mouse with this. This was a terrible, okay, right. Screw the boxing gloves. It's important to note this is just for fun. I'm not really gonna be like actually considering whether I can fight them or not. A lot of times there's no point. If you don't recognize people on this list, then definitely go and check them out. All of them are very, very solid indeed. So to start with, we're gonna go with an old buddy of mine, GGParker, who doesn't make videos and has made videos for the last like 4 years. And I'm gonna go, I'm already celebrating because he's been ducking me for the last 4 years. Speaking of ducking me, Mountain General, I challenged him to a boxing fight over on Twitter. And I mean, hey, he said he'd get in touch. He said he'd come through, and nothing's happened with that. So I'm gonna go for what I'm already celebrating. Now, there are a few people on this list that I fear, and Bittersteel's one of them. The dude is just scary, man. He's lovely, lovely guy, but like, damn. I respect him that much that I took a photo with him, and you can see his boots are visible in there, and I went out and bought those exact like boots upon his recommendation. Yeah, dude's straight scary. And similarly in that category, Dankus, I mean, I went to go and say hi at PDXCon, and he locked eyes with me for a split second. It's the only time I interacted with him, even remotely. And we were in the Hoi Forum, and I just withered. So he's already won the mental game. Like I'm not messing with that. Dude's just straight up in my head, rent free. Moving to EU4, Alzabo, lovely guy, not a fighter. I think, to be fair, I'm also going to consider how these people would beat me, right? And I don't think there's a scenario in which Alzabo beats me, realistically. Now, having said that, actually, he does have cats. So if they join in, then suddenly the fight's a bit different. It's no longer one-on-one. I don't think Flurry steps to me. Having said that, because the dude's a tactician, right? He's gonna wait for me to round the corner and then brain me with a rock. That's what happens in that scenario. Like, normal fight is different, but again, it's not just about the normal fight, chaps. It's about how they'd fight me. And I don't think he locks eyes with me and fights. I think he waits for my back to be turned and then just like brains me with a rock. Now, there are some people here I've got to be cautious with because I share quite a large audience. I'm gonna go for a probably win against Ludi. I think the only thing that's like pushing me into these categories is the dude looks like he's been through some like hard time. Like he's got a hardness to his eyes. We're sitting down for dinner at PDXCon, and yeah, I mean, man's seen stuff. I don't know, but the thing is, that goes two ways, right? Has he seen stuff so then he's gonna beat my ass, or has he seen stuff so he's like more of a pacifist? Now you may see there's two versions of Chewy here. There's Chewy Shoot and there's Chewbutt. And they're not the same. They're you know, that's different mentalities. Chewbutt, I mean, look, Chewy's a big guy, as can be seen in the photo we took together. He's a lot bigger than me. But Chewbutt's too chill. Chewy Shoot, however, I think he's got me. Like, you know, that's a good 75% win rate for Chewy Shoot. Dude's got stamina, you know, multi-episodic. This entire thing was set up so I could just make a joke about him making long form content, and that apparently translates into a fight. This isn't boxing, by the way. This is just a straight up like kill or be killed scenario. And I reckon I do in Chewbutt, but Chewy Shoot takes me out. Right, Kara, I'm just gonna put her there. There's no scenario in which I come out the winner, regardless of outcome. Because I reckon she can scrap. So either I lose to Kara, in which case I'm out of there, I've just been cancelled. Or I win against Kara, in which case I've just been cancelled. Back to Hoi 4, I'm gonna put Tommy K 50-50. For the simple fact, I've never met the guy in real life, right? So I don't know how big he is, I don't know anything else like that. But I think that Tommy K is the kind of guy to want to step, like, in an actual fight, right? I think he's the kind of guy to go toe-to-toe with someone. He's not like, wait until they turn their back and then brain them like, you know, Flurry. Apparently, I've just assigned that to his character. So that's why I reckon it's 50-50, because I have no idea, but I think he steps in a ring. I'd like to see that, you know? Just Tommy K boxing in general. By the way, if you're in the comments and you're upset because I've talked about someone that you follow or care about deeply, then please comment everything, you know, get outraged. In fact, actually, I genuinely want people to come up with scenarios in which I win or lose the ones that you disagree with. I'm not touching anything up here. Like, Dankus a bit of stuff. They've already won the mental game. It's already done. Now, Bokoan, I would put in 50-50, but Denmark lost to Australia, which kicked Tunisia out the World Cup. So I have a reason to fight him just because he's Danish. And so I'm gonna put I probably win because I have a vested interest in that bout. I'm still upset about it. I was sitting in this exact chair. Tunisia scores against the world champions of France. It's 1-0. We're going through for the first time in our history. It's a brilliant 4 minutes. All Denmark has to do is not concede to Australia. And they do. And that's why I don't like Danes anymore. So for that reason, I think I beat him in a fight. All right, we're gonna go to someone else that I've never met in real life. Here's the thing. You don't have Paradox Games as your full-time job without something snapping in your brain. And for that reason, I reckon ISP, like, no disrespect to the guy, but I think he might have something in him that in a fight I think he might hurt me. I think other people down here might stop. You start to get the guys up here, and now we're on the edge of sanity. Flori's got a lot of hours in E4, and ISP's been doing this a long time, and I think might result in violence that I can't handle. Pravus I get cancelled for. Not by, like, the dude has an entire cult. He also isn't just exclusively Paradox, and maybe I shouldn't have included him on the list, but I don't see any scenario in which I lay a finger on Pravus and I'm not immediately doxxed. My full name, location, everything. There's no way that like, regardless of what happens in an actual fight, I'm ruined. Similarly, Lady Saffron, new on the scene, VTuber. There's no scenario in which I go toe-to-toe with a VTuber and I don't come out losing, regardless of outcome. Crystal, I'm 50-50 on, right? For the simple fact that, like, he seems too nice to want to scrap. But the dude has done, like, Hoi 4 Ragnarok and that sort of challenges, right? Where it's just, like, the worst possible scenario. I don't want to put anything on someone, but that's someone who maybe enjoys the scenarios that would come out of a fight. And that scares me. I made a video with EP3 and he's too nice. Again, I don't think he has that dog in him. Montu, however, another Stellaris, I'm gonna go 50-50. I sat across from this guy in a pub, and he explained in explicit detail how he won this, like, larger than life. I don't want to get into too much of the explanation, but imagine like a larger than life grand strategy game, board game thing where, like, I don't know how to describe it beyond that. It's like a geopolitics, historical geopolitics, like, thing, but it's like imagine aspects of role playing like D&D in it as well, but it's not. It's nothing like that. Hopefully Meat Oven, who's probably editing this video, can flash up something on screen right now to help me, or he'll just leave me floundering and collect the paycheck. Who knows? So he's gonna come up with a strategy. I don't, like I said, I think he's the kind of guy that, like, would catch me. I think he'd catch me napping. Equally, yeah, no, he catches me. Also, I'm absolutely putting Chewy in the I probably lose category alongside Chewy Shoot. I've made my joke, and now, because I know he'll DM me after this, and so to avoid that situation, we'll push him up a little bit. Koi-Fish is just unhinged, right? And he also has a kid now, so he has something to live for. I think he goes feral. He's shown me videos and stuff of where he lives and that, and I hopefully he doesn't see this, but he's getting I'm getting taken out. Simo, on the other hand, so Simo is in good shape. He's done martial arts like jiu-jitsu and stuff before, but he is Moroccan. So take that how you will.
Laith from Social Streamers, Lil Birdie told me you've been talking shit about me, saying you could take me in the ring. Well, let me lay in on something, son. I never lost a single fight in my life, all 350 of them, and I ain't starting now. You'll see just how easy it is for me to take you out next month at BDX Super Slam. I'm coming for you. Simo out.
Feedback could go 50-50 on. I'm not sure. I sat next to him for the most part when we were having like this whole like big dinner with all the creators. He's 50-50. Again, I don't think he steps in a ring. He's not the kind of guy, in my opinion, I could be wrong, to step in a ring. I think if he hears, right, you're gonna have to fight Laith, I think I get like kneecapped with a crowbar. He's not gonna be around for that. In this vein of like how I would fight them, Otto Welshman and Zlewikk. There's no scenario in which I get they just jumped me, both of them. I hung out with them in Montreal and they were lovely. They took me around, we went golfing, it was a lot of fun. They just jumped me, there's no way. If those two were told they're just jumping me. They'd be lovely about it, but they would cause serious hurt to me, to my person. I'd be mentally scarred, and I think they'd invite me for a drink afterwards. But there's no scenario. Maybe if I can fight one of them, but then again, I don't think the boys let me fight one of them at a time. I think they just straight up jumped me. Also, Torio, very soft-spoken, in the way that like he would destroy me and then just go back to whatever he was doing. If he was eating dinner, he'd just nip over, slap me in two, and then just head over. Not quite on the fear level of this lot. Like I made eye contact with Tora. He was having breakfast next to me, and that was fine. Again, my soul didn't leave my body like it did with Dankus. I can't explain why that was. I legit wanted to go and say hi. And I took a step towards him. And there was just something in his gaze that told me to back down. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. You do you, pal. Just, Zlewikk 50-50. Then again, due to Zlewikk, that's inherent strength there. But I think he's too honorable to I think he gives me a chance. I think 50-50 is fair on that front. Look, my boy Red Hawk, I could never fight Red Hawk. You know, he's my guy. Also, KindMod, I would classify him as a pirates YouTuber. He has a YouTube channel. He edits for this channel. And I'm going to put that right there so that he knows where his place is. I've seen what you've been doing in the recent edits, buddy. I'm not happy with it. Let that be a lesson to you. I will turn up in person. All right, Ghibli, I'm gonna get cancelled. She also, it's such a confusing, this is just off topic, but it's such a confusing player to watch when she was doing Masters Universalis, because she went 0-3, she lost all 3 of her games. But she very easily, and Flory was in the season, she very easily could have gone 3-0. She either lost at the last second or ran out of time every single time, and she almost went 3-0, full sweeping and beating Flory. It was remarkable. I can't fight Rambler. I can't do that. I'd cancel myself. I've never heard anyone say a bad word about the guy. All right, Traxium, I relish the opportunity to fight this guy. I really would. I despise him on a deep emotional level. The reasons for which may be that he beat me in the final of Masters Universalis after I went undefeated and made me the butt of every joke, every time I casted. People spam me L's every time I talk. Love the chance to correct that mistake. But yeah, so I mean, who knows, you know, I reckon Habibi's in the 50-50 category. Man does hit the gym. I know that for a fact. Haven't met him in person, so can't size him up. But very nice. At the same time, seems like a man of honor. If he's a man of honor, he'll step in, and that's 50-50. Anything can happen. These two they confuse me. Because on the one hand, Quarbit's lovely, doesn't look like he'd hurt a fly. On the other hand, he's a student that I know there's gonna be something repressed there. And he has a very deadpan manner. And out of everyone, and I mean this with love, out of everyone, if you told me that someone here had committed murder, just saying, you gotta look at the facts. But then at the same time, I don't know. I'm gonna go for I probably win, because I don't know how big he is. And he's always tired. Here's what I think. He doesn't seem like the kind of person to formulate a strategy to break my knees with a crowbar. I feel like I could do that to him, and he'd fall for it. Not because he's not smart, but because he's used up all his brain power studying, and so he's not going to think about it. If I only won Proud Bavarian, I really think that if anything happens to one Proud Bavarian, and it's in any way my fault, I think people would turn on me. But at the same time, there's no way that man doesn't prepare properly for something like this. I say something like this as if I've defined. All I've said is it's a fight. It's not specifically boxing. And that apparently crowbars can be used in advance. And that Zealy Otter Welshman can jump me. But I think Proud Bavarian takes me. Is there anything I'd shift around? Okay, we have the bait here. I can't say that. All right. I think I'm happy with that. I don't fear Koifish as much as I fear Bitterstill and Dankus. So I'll shift him down. It's just occurred to me that I've put most people can beat me. That's embarrassing. 6 foot, 80 kg, and actually training boxing, and I'm looking at Paradox YouTubers and being like, I'm gonna get my ass beat. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. I will say, obviously, this was entirely just for fun. That it doesn't have any bearing on A, my desire to fight people, B, my actual thoughts on these people at all. Some of these people I've met in person, some of them I haven't, some of them I'm friends with, some of them I've just caught a glance from and I'm immediately terrified of. So, you know, it's a variety of things. However, I will say, obviously, there is a YouTube boxing scene. If people are interested after this video, maybe I do another tier list of YouTube boxers, but do it properly. Do it if I genuinely think I could beat them in a boxing match, because that could be fun. Because this lot feel like, you know, part of my like extended family almost. I don't really want to like chat about them, but other people outside of that, as you know, I can be a right miserable prick, so that could be quite fun. So let me know if you want to see that. If you disagree with my list, if you have a particular reason, if you're like, actually, Quarbit does this like weird Krav Maga stuff, he's been training it since he was little, he'd destroy you, or you're like, well, actually, one Proud Bavarian is an extreme pacifist to the point where if you suggested a fight, he'd keel over and die. Like, you know, argue your cases in the comments below. Obviously, make sure we're all having a good time here, so keep it lighthearted. But yeah, argue your cases. So if you did enjoy, please do make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll happily do more of this sort of stuff. Something a bit different, less gameplay oriented, of course. I think I've had about 9 hours sleep in the last 4 days. So I didn't want to go into a gameplay video that sometimes takes 3-4 hours to record and think, I've got to, stay up. Anyway, right, enough yammering. This was a lot of fun to make. I do hope that came across, and I do hope you enjoyed. If you do want to check any of these people out, I would highly recommend it. If you see anyone here that you don't recognize, they all make good stuff. Go and check them out. There's going to be a lot of links in the description. Go sort through them, and hopefully you'll find someone new to watch. They're not, damn it, I've just sent them to like objectively better YouTubers. I lose my audience overnight. Either way, hopefully I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Tracim's a lovely guy. He's one of the nicest humans I've ever interacted with. Huge shout out to our patrons, most notably Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Sjalmi, Lewis Wright, Nicole's Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Whilst you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.